Hi everyone, it's Lisa with Grandma's Briefs with a brief video review of the AARP RealPad. The RealPad is the Wi-Fi tablet that's ready to go, and AARP and Intel work together on creating a super easy to use tablet for those older folks who want to get online and share with friends and family, connect, share pictures, interact, and they did it. I didn't know much about the AARP RealPad, and I had quite a few people asking me what I knew, and because I didn't know anything, I reached out to AARP and asked if I could get one for review, and they generously sent me one. So this is my review, and I will tell you what I know about the AARP RealPad. First of all, it comes preloaded with all kinds of good stuff, and it's ready to go out of the box. So when I got mine, I pulled it out of the box, I turned it on, and voila, it didn't look like this. I changed things around a little bit. But whenever I first got the AARP RealPad, the very first thing I noticed is how slim and sleek and shiny and pretty and breakable it is. So I right away, I ordered a cover from Amazon because I just didn't want to ruin my RealPad. So I recommend that to everyone. Get a cover. Just go to Amazon.com or wherever and get a cover. It has to be specific to the RealPad because it's a unique shape and a unique size, so you have to get the actual RealPad cover. So now that I have the cover and I'm not going to break it while I'm showing you things, I will show you things. So like I said, it comes ready to go out of the box. As soon as you get it and you turn it on, as long as you have Wi-Fi, because you have to have Wi-Fi, it's a Wi-Fi enabled tablet, you'll turn it on and it will start leading you through all the different screens. It'll help you set up your email, it will get your Wi-Fi connected, it will get you going in no time. I mean, truly it took maybe 5 minutes to get everything going. So once I have it up, the most important thing you need to know about the RealPad is that you have 24/7 live help from AARP folks, anytime you have a problem. And there's a little green button down there. You hit that, and this right here is all the different content. There is AARP preloaded content, like, you know, their magazines and stuff. Let's see. It's got stuff about the publications, Learning Advisor, different AARP tools. But then as far as the help is concerned, you click on this one right here, and you'll see all kinds of videos. There are videos that tell you, it's hard to read upside down, about the basics of, you know, the tablet, the touch screen, connecting to your Wi-Fi. It's got an introduction to apps, how to use the internet, introduction to email. Anyone who's been afraid to get online because it just seems overwhelming at times, once you have this, you just watch the videos and you got to go in. And then if you have any trouble in any way, it even has how to, you know, shoot photos and blah, blah, blah. There's a little thing that you can click on down here, and it gets you help 24/7. It's either through email or you can call the phone number. It's free. It's 24/7. You don't have to be afraid to do anything with this because there's always somebody there to guide you through it. Now, I was a little bit worried that because I work online, I use the computer all day long, that it might be a little too simple, and I know there are a lot of people, baby boomers like me, that really do know the ins and outs of the internet and, you know, aren't too afraid. So I didn't want it to be like some kind of Fisher-Price little tablet or something. It's not. It's actually very cool. I really like this much better than I thought that I would. So like I said, it comes loaded with all kinds of apps, and you can see all the apps by hitting that. There are tons of apps on here. There's game apps, there's music apps, there's you know, the regular social network apps. You've got Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If they're not on here, you can download them super easily. So you can have everything you want. Then you can customize your tablet, just like an iPhone, or probably most phones. I don't know, because I only have an iPhone. You can move things around on the screen to put them where you want them. You just kind of hold on to them and move them around. move them to different screens. Then there are widgets that you can download. I have a little time and temperature thing. You just hold on to the screen in an empty spot and you have access to these different widgets. So anything you want to set up is super easy to do. The email is really easy. You just can't go wrong. There's no way because they guide you through it. There is one thing I want to say about the email though. There's the option to sync or not sync with your accounts. And this is the one thing that I just really don't like about the RealPad, but maybe I can figure it out. I'll call the people and figure it out. I've just not had this a real long time. There's the option to sync with your account. I have a Grandma's Briefs account. I have a Comcast account. I have them on here. I put them on here, even though most people probably would use their Gmail through here. Whenever you have your other email addresses on here, you don't want to sync them because if you delete something from your email on the RealPad, it will also delete it from the other one. I had one night where I had to go through and remail like 40 different emails to myself that had to do with business related things. So anyway, you need to watch the sync thing, and I'm still having a little trouble with that. That's one thing I have to work out, but that is the one and only thing I really do not like about the RealPad, but it probably is just going to take some investigating. Okay, so other than my complaining about the email, photos are awesome. They take better photos than my iPhone does, definitely. And the camera just comes up like that. Let's see, that's got it so you can see a picture of the camera that is taking my video here. So for grandparents, the camera is one of the really cool things that you're going to appreciate because you can take pretty darn good photos with your AARP RealPad. And so you can take photos. It's kind of awkward with this case on it, but it's worth having the case. If I wanted to do like a selfie kind of thing, you can do selfies. I think that's on the selfie mode. Yep, that's on the selfie mode. One thing that's pretty awesome about that is it will count down for you. So let's say I'm going to do a selfie and get all ready to take my picture. You hit the camera button and it counts. Jeez. So there, I took my photo and you can see what you just took right there. Let me make sure it's not glaring on you. So then the really neat thing is you can then share it super easily to Facebook or email it to somebody, whatever you want to do. And the way you do that is you just click this little thing right here. I think that's the one. Oop, that's not the one. Oh yeah, it was. Oh. So we'll do back. No, we won't. Let me just go back to my... Well, you can get to your photos a different way. You can go to your gallery. I guess I need to show you that anyway. So you can go to the gallery, pull up the photos that you've taken, click on one that you may want to share. I'm not going to really share this because it's really actually a pretty horrid picture. Click on it, click the little share button. And it'll bring up all kinds of options where you can share, whether it's through Facebook or Picasa, Google, Pinterest, I mean, all kinds of social networks. So the photo thing is pretty cool. It takes nice photos, they're easy to share. You can take them of yourself or selfies of you and your grandkids. You can take them of just your grandkids. So that's the photos. Another thing that grandparents will really appreciate, and I'm trying to just hit the things grandparents will appreciate because there's so much about it that I could be here for 20 minutes. The games. There are lots of games to keep your noggin healthy, and you can pull up the games. If there's a game on there that you don't like, you can add games super easily. This has different word games, card games, chess, just a variety of things. Plus you can learn different languages. It has an option where you can sign up for, I think it's Rosetta Stone that's on there. But then also you can add them, like I added the Jeweled Blitz because that's actually my favorite time killer. What else? It's easy to use the social networks. You bring back to your front page like that, and then you can close this AARP stuff like that. Oops, that opens it, sorry. You can go back a page and back a page. It's got a pretty good back button. What was I going to tell you? Oh, you can get to all your social networks. I've got Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, your email is easy to access. You just move the icons around where you want them. Skype, you can chat with your grandkids so easily on this. It comes with the Google Chat and the Google Hangouts, but because I prefer Skype, and maybe a lot of grandparents do, I just downloaded the Skype app, which is, an Android version for this. And although I've not done it with my grandkids, because they like to do FaceTime, because then they can run around the house with the phone and make me all dizzy while we're talking. I have done some video conferencing with it. And you just pull up Skype, and it's super easy to connect, super easy. Everything is just super easy about this. Super easy to get up and going and just do your chatting away, whether it's just chatting or whether it's video. So that is that. This button right here brings you back to the main screen each time. What else do I need to tell you? YouTube. If you want to watch YouTube, it comes up really easy. Nice resolution. Everything looks really good. Just as it does whenever you're Skyping and you're kind of doing, the video conferencing. Netflix, you can watch movies on here. Let me see, I did have Netflix somewhere. This right here, when you push this little button right here, it shows you everything, all the applications that are open, so you can go back and forth between the different applications. To close them, you just slide and close them all. I'm going to move this back because I'm a little bit anal and want stuff where I want it. One really cool thing, I have a list over here that I'm looking at because there's so much that I want to tell you, and I wanted this to be a brief review, but it's not being very brief. You can listen to music through Radio IO, or you can connect your different, like your iTunes account and all that stuff. You can listen to music. You can create more than one account. So say, like if Jim wanted to have an account on here, we could have separate accounts, and we'd have our own email, we'd have our own applications that we use. Everything would be separate. You just have to log in at the beginning, which is a pretty neat feature, because then if you want to share with your grandkids, especially if you have like Netflix on here that you want to keep them busy for a minute while you're doing something, or maybe to play a game or something, just have an account that is set up just for the grandkids, you can do that. But the thing is, the RealPad is so darn cheap. It's $189. And so really, if Jim and I were going to share, I think that he would just have to get his own, because this one's mine. But they're $189. For the $189, you get not only the RealPad, but you get the 1-year AARP membership. And if you already have a membership, you can just extend it. And it's $189. You can get it at AARP RealPad.org, or you can get it at Walmart, and it's $189 both places. So it's pretty cheap. So, well, not cheap, but inexpensive. And I think that is all that I can fit into this supposedly really quick, brief review. So there you have it. The AARP RealPad. Honestly, like I said, everything about it is super simple, super easy, super great. And the only thing I don't like about it is that email situation, but that's just something I have to play with. I've just not had it long enough to play with it that much. So there you go. AARP RealPad. Enjoy.